in the middle of a storm. You really got me.
Let's go, folks. Where y'all at today? Appreciate y'all for joining. Let's go. Let's get the likes up. Shout out and salute to everybody that's joining this live stream today. Appreciate you for joining. Let's go, folks.
You smoke crack, don't you? You smoke crack, don't you? I can't take this shit no more.
Wa alaikum salam. Thank you so much, my Muslim brothers and sisters.
Bruh. Damn right.
Folks, we're gonna have an excellent conversation today. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's about to be said. Let me make sure I got everything all fired up. Oh yeah, we live. Appreciate y'all for joining. We're gonna have an excellent discussion regarding this topic. I put my little do me a favor, if you haven't done it yet, share this live stream with 1, 2, or 3 people. Let them know that the Black Guru is live so that they can come over here and get in the show and watch it. Maybe they might want to even come up as a guest. Put that thing that maybe they might want to come up as a guest. If you want to join as a guest, just go ahead and click that link that's pinned in the chat room. You can come up as a guest and have any type of discussion with me that you want regarding this topic. I appreciate you no matter how many times you've tuned in or whether this is your first time here. Shout out to brother Neil, my brother. Appreciate you for the super chat already to start the show off, my man. The hello, peace and love to the chat. Hope everyone been well. Stay blessed, Guru. Going to be a great stream. Golden ages among us all. Hustle hard and smart. Miss out on this time, people. One love. Appreciate you. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Thank you for your contribution. We're talking about a situation that just happened. I don't keep up too much with the celebrity stuff, but you know, sometimes I have people sending me things that say, Guru, can you please talk about this? And I'll look over the situation and I'll decide whether or not I want to discuss it. And this is something that I do want to discuss. I want to talk about this child custody situation because a lot of fathers, a lot of men go through this with child custody and not seeing their children. And we need to examine whether or not what he said was foul or fair, and what's going on is foul or fair. Because in all honesty, I don't know at this point. Obviously, we only can know by what he said because she hasn't come out and say much. I don't know as of yet whether or not it's foul. I don't. But I can speak on a whole lot of other situations like this that happen regularly in many different communities. Black community, I know these both of them are black, but it happens in black community, white community, Latino community. It happens everywhere. It happens everywhere. And I want to discuss whether or not this was foul or fair. For those of you who may not be familiar, and I'm going to play some of what he said so y'all can have a better understanding of what he said is going on. Here's my thing that I want to start off by saying. This is what I want to start by saying. You as a man, I don't care how old you are, in 2025, if you're a grown man, actually, I'm sorry, before you're a grown man, and I've stated this before in my live streams, before you're a grown man, you should know all the child custody laws. Before you are a grown man, this is the failure of, in my opinion, a lot of parents in this generation, especially the mothers, because we know that a whole lot of children are in single mother homes, but especially the mothers. You are failing your sons by not teaching them about child custody law. Every man By the time he's a 14-year-old, 15-year-old boy, he should understand child custody law like the back of his hand in his state. Shout out to Tasia watching from Antigua. Oh, you're on vacation. Thank you, Tasia. Thank you for letting me know. Big supporter of the Black Guru. Tasia, I told you need to come on this show. Still trying to find her a good man. I got plenty of good men. I'll highlight you and feature you so that the brothers can see you. I'll definitely highlight you and feature you. Shout out to Bamo. Wa alaikum assalam. Thank you, brother. Let me get back to what I was saying. Every single teenage boy, I need y'all to get the like count up. Everybody get the like count up. Should understand child custody law. Well before he's even 18. He should understand child custody law. And it is a shame and it is a disgrace that children don't understand child custody law before they become adults. Teenagers don't understand child custody law before they become adults. Because at this point, morals and religion, a lot of it is out the door. So the only hope you might have to prevent a lot of this BS from happening, especially what we're seeing with this situation, the only hope we may have is for them to understand child custody law. Because if they understand child custody law, in my opinion, at that point, they may think 3, 4, 5 times before they knock somebody up or get knocked up. But especially the boys, they're going to think real hard before they knock somebody up or want to screw anybody. This is one thing that might largely slow down. If a lot of boys knew child custody law, that might largely slow down the situation that we see with so many of these single mothers. Yes, it will slow down the births as well, but it's going to slow. The birth rate is already real low. I think at an all-time low or close to it. It would slow that down even more. It would slow the births down because now the men are going to be thinking 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times, and they're going to realize and understand child custody. And then they're going to also make better decisions with who they screw. You want to talk about, a lot of these women like to come and tell me, what about the men? What about the men? You want to talk about who the men are screwing and chastise the men for what they're doing out here in these streets and who they're screwing? Okay, well, it needs to start in your home. Why haven't you taught them child custody law?
That boy is good.
Why haven't you talked to them about what's going on? And I've covered this extensively in live streams in the past. What happens and reasons why you still have to pay. Very few exemptions from having to pay for child custody or child support. And then the woman can just go down there and file for any type of benefits, right? And she's going to get that benefit as long as her income is, she don't have that high income, she's going to get whatever benefit. And then guess what they're going to do? They're going to deduct it from your paycheck, garnish your wages. That's how it works in this country, United States of America. That's how it works in here. I don't know if y'all knew that, but that's how it works in the US of A. That if you are not married, right? Even if you're married, I've seen women do this. But if you don't have, right? If they go down there and say, well, I need food stamps or whatever, we're not together and I don't have the money, they can still get the food stamps or any other type of assistance, cash assistance. I think that's when they really go after you, is when you apply for that cash assistance. I don't know how much they go after you for the food stamps, but I know they're going to go. If she applies for that cash aid, any type of cash assistance, they're going to go after you. Anyway, let's get back to the story. DDG, who is a YouTuber and rapper, right, has a child with this girl, Halle Bailey. What is she best known for? Is she best known for something on Disney? Y'all let me know in the comments. What is she best known for? What is Halle best known for? I know that DDG is a streamer, a YouTuber, and like a rapper or something. What is she best known for? Little Mermaid. Okay. Little Mermaid. So Disney. Halle, right? Who had a child with this guy. Let me see how old she is too. She is 24 years old. So she had the child at 23. Now she's 24 years old. According to him, he says that he hasn't really been able to see his son. He's been going without seeing his son. And the times he has seen his son, he said it's only been for 72 hours max. And he wants to see his son more. She has come out basically and made a little clip and said she's been sick with RSV. That's why she hasn't been posting, she said. That's why she said she hasn't been posting online. But, oh, she can sing too? Okay. All right. But according to him, so they're both in the entertainment industry. They're both in the entertainment industry. Now, he's complaining that he cannot see his son and that she can just do whatever she wants to do with his son, and that ain't fair. That's foul. Okay. You have no custody. When you have no custody in place, what do you expect? Y'all are going through a situation, y'all are beefing, obviously, because if y'all weren't beefing, if everything was cool, then she would let you see the son whenever. But we know, see, come on, y'all brothers got to be smarter than this. Y'all brothers got to be smarter than this. We know, and I think he's what, like 27? Yep, 27. We know that in this day and time, and even from all the times past, that a woman can get mad at you at the drop of a hat and deny you from seeing your child. Come on, talk to me. Come on, talk to me.
Good.
Somebody said 3 out of the 7 days is pretty much shared custody. Well, he's been saying he ain't been seeing his child very much at all. Yes, ma'am.
Hello there.
Hello.
Hi, Guru. I wanted to come on your show. I just made a post on my Facebook a week ago about women and child support, especially our Black women. You mentioned that men need to know the laws growing up. That's so true, but I don't know why women make it so difficult for men to see their children. You have a problem with the father.
Hold on
Don't
one second.
take it out on children.
Okay, hold on one second. I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
Why don't mothers, and especially single mothers, why are they not teaching their sons child custody law, right? Like if you say you love your children, your sons, as much as a lot of moms say they do, one of the most important things that they should be doing, in my opinion, right? Because the mothers have a lot more access to the children than the fathers. Hey, son, I don't want you having a child with somebody that ain't no good or somebody you don't want to be with. I'm going to teach you. We're going to sit down and study child custody, because I can tell you for a fact, most women, they know all about what happens with child custody. They study that shit real well. And they know they'll go down to the court. I've seen women go down to the court, sit there all day and ask a whole bunch of questions, study the laws, figure out, just get all kind of help they need to figure out what are their rights and what is the father's rights and what can they do. That's why a lot of men end up looking stupid in court, because they're out working and doing other stuff. Even if they're not working, they're out doing other stuff. They're not spending time in the courthouse. So I'm asking you, why are not mothers teaching that to their sons?
I don't even think that's the focus. The focus is on, am I getting the check? What am I going to do with my hair, my nails, pay my house note, my car note? They're not even focused. The children is the main issue. And then, like you said, the fathers have no clue. But the women are so petty. They will sit at the courthouse, like you said, figure out what can I dig up on him, when you guys should be co-parenting and trying to rear that black boy or black girl. That's the most important thing. You should be spending time on that. How can I get along with this dude to raise this black boy or raise this black girl, and what is it that he can afford? Don't go after him like that. You're killing the man, you're killing the kids. I just did a whole episode on this on Facebook. Women, if you take time to do all that red tape, you're missing the rearing of the child. You're supposed to co-parent with the father. Now, if that father doesn't claim that child, if that father said that's not my baby, or you guys didn't get a DNA test, I could understand a mom maybe going to court to say, hey, well, we need a DNA test, but I need to seek out whatever kind of income you can contribute. That's different. But just like me, I was married 10 years. Never took my husband to court after we were divorced for the kids. I'd rather him buy them 2 children, a boy and a girl, an ice cream cone, tell him I love you, and spend the weekend with him. Stepped up in court. Never for child support. He did it willingly. If he didn't give anything,
hold on.
when they...
Hold on a second. I want, because you're going real fast. So I want to know, based off of this situation, as much as you know about this situation, do you believe she's in the wrong? You think she's a bitter woman and that he's telling the truth? Because he says he's not a deadbeat. He says he always tries to see his son. Do you believe that she's just one of those bitter, vindictive women who's keeping the son away? What's your thoughts on that?
It's in the blood. The women gonna get mad at me, but I'm sorry. It's the communication there. I mean, their situation is a little different, and plus they're younger. I'm older, but there's a breakdown in the communication, and she should not hold that child accountable because whatever he wants to see his child. Let that man see his child.
Okay, hold on 1 second. Somebody just made a point. They said when you get divorced, court is not an option. So basically they're saying court is enforced because you have to go through with a child custody agreement. There's a difference with...
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. What
I was gonna say too, I can't see who's saying what, but after the 10 years and you're in court, you're supposed to give a sheet on what you make and what he makes. And you submit it to the judge, whatever that father can afford, whether I'm taking care of medical, whether he's taking care of whatever, every other weekend. So that person is correct on that. But what I'm saying is, we got 10 or 11 years left with the children. I never took them back to child support. Even if the years went by and maybe it started at 200, I never took them back for 400 or 500. We were never in court for that because we had communication. You can see your children whenever you want, pick them up. They're available. Just tell them you love them. And if you don't send any child support, they come back, their hair is cut, they're clean, they got new gym shoes. I'm cool with that because I could discuss that with him. I don't have to be petty. I don't get along with him, but we're able to talk, and we have 2 good grown children because of that.
Okay,
and
hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
Hold on 1 second. So here's the thing that I find and I see about these situations with child custody and child support, right? I see that a lot of women complain that a lot of these men out here are deadbeats. They're not doing much or whatever, or they're not doing nothing at all. They don't come see their children. Okay. If a man doesn't make that much, right, and he didn't make that much, or you were taking care of him at the time, but you guys broke up, you kicked him out, because I know a lot of this happens. You broke up and kicked him out, and now he has no place to go, or he's staying with another woman, or maybe he's living with a relative, wherever he's living. But you want him always to come around and see his children, and you want money from him. So that's to me. Hold on a second. Hold on. Let me finish. I'm saying that doesn't make sense. That's the problem that I see with a lot of women, because when you guys were living together, he was the one that was basically living off you and in the house with the kids. Now that he's gone, he didn't have a job when he was with you. And how's he going to come see the kids? Because you're going to be pissed off. You're not going to want him to come around you. And where's he going to take the kids? You going to let him take the kids to the park or something for free? Do you understand what I'm saying? They're going to, if all the man says, hey, I can't do nothing, I can't give you no money or help support nothing because you know I don't have no job, but I can take my kids to the park and I can play with them or whatever. I can play with them outside the house. The woman's still going to be real, but they're not going to be happy about that and say, okay, you know what? I thank you just for helping out and giving me a break and watching your kids for some. They're not going to say no shit like that. What's your opinion on that?
That I guess I'm just old school, because if you can come and sit with the kids for a couple, you on your down, you're down and out right now. If you can come for a couple of hours and sit with the kids while I go work a couple of hours, or I have to make a few runs, that's the difference between. There's a few women out there in the barrel that are different. If he can sit there with them kids, that's more than a dollar can speak. He cannot afford to do child support now, so I'm not going to take him to court because he down and out. He had his moms or sisters. You come to the house, maybe cook the kids something. I'm running errands or paying some bills. We're still rearing. It's about the children. It ain't about the dollar. If I'm bitter, I should not be in that relationship like that to hurt my children. It will haunt you. It will come back to you. I would definitely accept that man. Hey, I know you down right now. And even I'd give him a few
Wait. What do you mean it will come back to you? It will haunt you. What do you mean by that?
If you sit there and not try to work out what's going on with you and that man, and you're bickering and fighting and back and forth and not putting the kids as a priority and rearing them, your kids gonna grow up and they're gonna be sideways. You're gonna figure out what's wrong with Johnny, what's wrong with Kimberly. It's you and Dad. Y'all the problem. You're fighting over money. You're fighting over child support. I can't go to Dad's house this weekend. You're fighting in front of Dad. You're fighting in front of the kids. And then the kids grow up ass backwards and you asking why. I don't have that problem.
Okay, hold on a second. If a woman is upset and bitter because he's moved on, right? Let's say he's just moved on. He don't want to be with you no more. But at the same time, what evidence did he show that he wanted to be with you in the first place? Did he marry you? Right? Did he show? Because he didn't marry this woman. He didn't show any serious commitment to this woman, right? Because if he would, he would have married her.
They just had a baby. Mm-hmm.
He didn't marry her, right? And he said out of his own mouth they haven't been together for a long time.
Yeah, he wasn't gonna cuff Halle. He wasn't gonna cuff her.
But my thing is, hold on a second. My thing is though, if you know that, okay. Here's the thing I still don't understand about women. Y'all don't know when a man don't really want to be with y'all. Y'all really that? Because y'all say y'all are so smart and have all this intuition. Y'all don't have enough intuition to know whether a man really wants you.
You know, you get the red flags and it comes with time. It comes with time. It has to grow on you. You know if a man wants you or not, and a man know if he's going to marry you or not. Man know if he gonna marry you. And if you're in a relationship 10 years and ain't got a ring on your finger and married, that's been over with long time ago.
Or you try to lock him down because if you have the baby with him, you think that's going to keep him there. And we've seen,
and that won't keep him
that's not going to keep a man. That's not going to keep a man there. So my thing is, at the end of the day, you know, we have a man right here. We have another situation with a black child who's going who's going to grow up in a single parent home for the most part, with an estranged father, probably, because I can tell you what I think is going to happen. I think he's just going to get tired of the back and forth, and I think he's just going to leave the whole situation alone, probably. I think he's going to end up just leaving the son alone and not really worried about it, not giving a damn, and I think he's going to leave her alone. That's my opinion. Somebody said DDG is very manipulative and Halle is young. He probably was her first boyfriend. Okay. How do you know he's very manipulative, and how do you know that was her first boyfriend? You're just guessing, right? Because all women to me say that a man, when something falls out with them and a man, all women for me, for the most part, will say he was manipulative. You know how many times women have said that on my show? He did this. He was manipulative. He made everything sound good and shit. Well, how come y'all haven't been able to figure this out over the course of, you know, the history of mankind? Y'all have had plenty of time and years to figure out manipulation and deception with men. How come y'all haven't figured this shit out? But I thank you so much for coming on, sister.
You got it. And then I'm going to come back on when I have some time, because what you be discussing about is a high valued man. I don't want to talk about, I'm going to come back. I don't want to talk about a high value man. I want to talk about a Home Depot or Lowe's man. That's the man I'm looking for.
All right. I appreciate you. Have a good one.
Take care.
All right. Folks, do me a favor if you haven't done it yet and share this live stream. I need y'all to get my like count up. I'm not even halfway of where I need to be. I need y'all to get my like count up and way up. Shout out to Mrs. Leeper. She said she's right. Women feel that financial support raises a child, when in reality, it's about that man being there and contributing physically to the growth and upbringing of the child. Thank you so much, sister. But that's my thing. That's what I'm saying. If you know it's about him being there, because a lot of women, you know how many videos I see of women putting on social media of them crying, talking about they don't have no help, they single mother or whatever. Okay, great. Why don't you call your baby daddy and tell him to just come through and watch the children for some hours? Oh, I can't call him. Why? I don't know where he is. Well, how did you always know where he was before that? That doesn't make sense to me. How did you know where he was when you were screwing him a lot? You always knew where he was and how to get a hold of him. She said he goes public with his breakups on social media. Okay, that's fine. Well, that says a lot about her. If she's seen all his breakups and how many women he's been with on social media, then why does she have a child with him? That doesn't make sense to me. If she already knew he was that kind of a guy, he was a player, or he goes through a bunch of women, why have a child with him? Alexa said women have babies to keep the man stuck. Okay. I buy that. Women have babies to keep the man stuck. I buy that. Shout out to RC. He said, appreciate you, brother, for the super chat. He said a high value man is a righteous man, a man of God. Brother, that is facts. That is facts. But you know, I don't know if the man is religious or not, but he doesn't come across as a religious man. And she definitely doesn't come across as a religious woman. I've seen the way she carries herself and she dresses. Now, he was talking about she has this angel image or this perfect image, and he's been trying to protect that image. Right? That's what he said. I don't know what she's like behind closed doors or what their relationship is, because it doesn't seem like she said much. But Halle Bailey, definitely, I've seen enough of her photos. She dresses provocative. And I'm sure she knows that showing her body is going to make her more popular and sell more things so that she can make more money. I'm pretty much sure she knows that. She's going to make more money by putting her body out there, by putting her booty out there. Back to what I was saying. Is there a way for me to put my Apple Pay in the chat room? No, there's no way for me to do that, but you just have to go to my website, blackguru.com, or Apple Pay. There's no way for me to put it in the chat room. Anyway, let me get back to what I was saying. The guy said he didn't want to be on the shade room or come on the internet and vent. I want to ask y'all in the chat room, how does that make a man look when he gets on the internet and he has to complain about what's going on with his baby mama? How does that make a man look? I want to see what y'all say. I need y'all to write in the comments. The wrong baby mama can cost you your life. That's facts. Facts. The wrong baby mama can cost you your life. Makes a man look feminine, says Raj. What happened to DDG? You're late. He's just complaining that he can't see his son, that he hasn't been able to see his son. That's what he's complaining about. Makes a man look weak. It makes him look very messy and toxic. And you know, all these things that y'all are saying about him over here, guess what? Other women are going to see that and know that about him and still screw him. I see you, Kana. I'll let you up in 1 second. Other women will see that about him, know that about him, and still want to screw him, and even screw him raw. Come on, talk to me.
That boy is good.
Folks, I need y'all to continue to get my like count up. We're still not even halfway of where we need to be. Wrong baby mama, somebody said, can scam you for life. He's trying to be an active father that's going to be attractive in the eyes of the women. But you hear women just said, a woman just came here and said he's manipulative. Well, how come most women can't figure this shit out about men? When men, they say, are manipulative. How come they can't figure that out about the men? They say the men are manipulative. How come they can't figure that out about the men? In the history of time, y'all have had enough time. Alexis said they know, they want to change him. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Alexis. I just had a woman tell me in one of my chat rooms, she said the women know, they just want to change him. Why would you want to change a manipulator? Why would you want to try to get your hands on a manipulator or a dog? Man that you know don't see his children, don't take care of his children, or you think he's not going to be a good father, or you think he's not going to marry you off the break. I want to try to change him and make him marry me and make him be there for me and make him be a good father. With what? This cooter cat that I got. Y'all think for some reason that your stuff is so much more special than the next woman's. The only difference is between them is how loose or tight one might feel in there. And then if you know how to do certain movements or whatever with your hips, that's the only thing. Shit ain't gonna keep no man. Come on, talk to me. Why won't it keep a man? Let me give y'all a news flash. This is why it won't keep no man. Because there's only a few minutes or seconds of pleasure. Talk to him, guru. You get a few seconds of pleasure. You get 28 seconds of pleasure and 23 hours and 59 minutes and 32 seconds of hell. Why in the hell do you think why in the hell do you think a man would want to put up with that and stay? Nah.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay. What take you
I
so
just
long?
wanted to come. No, because I'm trying to make my bed and I had to come back all the way on the other side. Sorry, left my phone over on the other side. But look, hi Guru, and welcome back. Hope you had a good Ramadan.
It's still going.
Okay, still going.
Yes,
End of the
ma'am.
month, right?
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, we're about a third of the way through Ramadan. Thank you.
Okay, I hope it's been going good for you. So anyway, yeah, this young lady, I actually have on my page as well with this DDG guy, Halle Bailey, whatever Bailey. He was warned by her father. I don't know if people know this, but her father told her not to get involved with DDG.
Really?
Yes. Yeah, her father told her not to get involved with DDG. And she did anyway.
Why do you think she did?
Why? Because
why?
I think that she thought that she could change him. Like you just said earlier. I think that she didn't see the advice that her father gave her, which would have suited her well if she had listened. She just thought that she could change him. She saw something in him that she thought was pliable. And it just didn't work out her way. And notice he did say that he's tired of protecting her golden image. So he saw something in her that wasn't right either. So this is before the baby. This is the reason why it led up to the breakup. And then I believe what really set it off was when he was doing that cooking with the Kaya. I don't think she liked that. See, women are very petty. Women are very petty now. They wasn't even together, but I promise you, Guru, you and I both know that made her mad. That made her upset. Okay, you on here cooking with some Kaya, almost girl half naked, cute, pretty girl, and you just doing that after we just broke up. They had barely just broke up.
Oh,
after
so he
that.
did that right after they broke up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right after.
But another woman on here, she clearly stated that he's been doing this. He's been showing all his relationships and girls and breakups and all that stuff all over his social media. He's been doing that. So would she not have known that before she got with him?
He probably would have. Now that's a piece that I don't know. I haven't seen him do any women, only afterwards. Only after him and Haley was together. Now she could be telling the truth. I don't know. But I only even seen that after his behavior.
There's another woman right here that
up.
just said he sees multiple women all at the same time.
Well, then she knew about it, but she still was warned by her father. I don't care what he does. She didn't listen to her dad. I don't care. This is where we've been talking about. You've been talking about this 3 years ago. This is what happens. They have fathers that they don't listen to. When we don't listen to our fathers, this is what we get. So yeah, I can hold him to the fire and say all I want about him, but it ain't on him. It's on her. She chose her fate. She made her bed, so now she got to lay in it.
Okay, but hold on, but hold on, hold on a second. The problem is that he's complaining that he can't see his son.
Well, he just had an update. He just saw him. He picked him up. He's a YouTube video out right now. Him saying, I got, y'all saying got stuff on my name or whatever, but it's all right. I got my son. So
okay, so he was finally able to get his son. Okay, but the thing is, he said that this has been a regular thing. He said it's been going on for a while, for a long time, and he said that they haven't been together for a long time, and that this is not. It wasn't just a one-time deal, basically. And that's why he said something about he feels like he's the nanny. He said, so basically implying that just like a nanny would only be able to see the child or whatever until the mother says, "Give me the child." That's what he says he feels like. He doesn't feel like the father.
Right. He probably doesn't, because she trying to control who has the power in the relationship with that kid, because she is in her feelings. See, let me tell you what's happening, Guru, and I have to go. What's happening is DDG, like every other man, is dealing with the wrath of a bitter baby mama because of bad choices. That's all this is. She's mad at the choice that she made. She did not pick right, like her father tried to help her do. It blew up in her face. So now that I see you doing all these things, we didn't work out. You with other girls, you doing this, you doing that. Okay, I'm gonna make you suffer now. This is payback. This is revenge.
Hold on, Kanal. Hold on a second. But real quick, how did he not pick, or how did she not pick right? To me, she picked what was right for her, because she, okay, think about kind of woman she is, right? She's known for the Little Mermaid. She's a singer or whatever. But I've seen enough of her images. She dresses very provocative. She sexualizes herself, right? And usually women who do stuff like that, they're not interested in no quiet church guy that is behind the scenes and not all out. You know, they want more. You know what I'm saying? They want the guy that's out there, that's known, that has some clout, an image, a name, kind of.
She still had a warning. She still had a warning. Her daddy told her not to mess with that.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure her daddy also
man.
told her not to dress the way she dresses, but that didn't change nothing.
I've never really seen Halle Bailey dressed as provocative as Chloe, but if she did,
I have an image right on my thumbnail of her posing and showing her ass in almost like a thong bikini, and she got her booty all extra in the picture.
Okay, I like I said, I thought that, you know, I can't tell them apart sometimes. I know Chloe is a little more out there, but if she's dressing like that now, I get it. But at the same time, all I'm saying is she still made her choice. Whether she want to pick somebody like that or not, she made a choice. And all she's doing, all I'm trying to tell you is what you're seeing happening here. What you're seeing is the wrath of a bitter baby mama over the choices that she made, and it stung her in the behind. Now she has to redeem herself. And the only way that she feels that she can redeem herself is to do what every other baby mama is going to do when they mad, is to use the baby as a weapon.
Okay.
That's all it is. That's all it is, Guru. All right. All right, Guru. Let me go. I see you. Thank you for letting me up. I ain't been up in like 2 years, so thank you for letting me up.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
Okay, bye.
Don't be throwing no little shots when you leaving either. I heard what you said. Woo! All right, folks. Let's go. Let's get the like count up. I appreciate y'all for joining. Shout out to Brother Turner. I did get your donation. Thank you, my brother. And whoever, I don't know if maybe it was you, Leona, whoever sent me a Apple Pay donation, I did get that also. It doesn't give me the name right here, but I did get that. Thank you very much for the support. Let me show y'all real quick. For some of y'all who haven't seen, these are some of the pictures I came across with her, right? So this is a see-through dress, and you can clearly see her panties. You can see what she's wearing. This is provocative clothing. This is her. Think a woman like this wants some little quiet church boy or Muslim guy? No, because she's not that. This is her. This is Halle Bailey, right? Let's look at other pictures of her. This is, you know, these are some of the images that I found just by typing her name in here. These are images that I found early today. Oh, here's another view of the dress. You know, this is another view of the dress. All that fake hair. My goodness. I wonder what she looks like without the fake hair. Here's her in, you know, in the bikinis. This is her wearing all the bikinis. This is how she dresses. This is her with another. This is the one I was talking about. She's clearly on a boat, wanting to show her behind. She's beautiful, bro. That's what y'all say and get caught up, and then y'all get on the internet like DDG and bitch, just like the women. You heard what everybody said. It makes you look weak when you bitching like that. Y'all heard what the women said, and some men too. They said you look weak as a man when you get on here and complain. Somebody said she's for the streets. You can't. So what is that for? See, that's the problem I have. We can't have men saying that also. A woman, you're saying she's beautiful. Okay, she's beautiful. Is she for the streets or not? Is she for the streets or not? That's my question. Is she for the streets or not? That's my question. With the images that y'all have seen, is she for the streets? Is she a street woman? No. Women are saying no. The women are saying no. Okay, well, what is she for then? I'll show you how she dresses. What is she for? What if she's not for the streets? What is she for? Is this the new image of the classy woman? Is this the new image of the classy woman? That's my question. Here's a real good view of that dress. Is this the new image of the classy woman? Let me turn it around. Okay, now we had a few women said she's for the streets, and now, or not for the streets. Everybody else says she's for the streets. Is this classy? To the women that said she's not for the streets, is this classy? What would you call this? Is this classy? That's my question. Is this classy or not? She was the first Black Little Mermaid. Talk about her achievements. I see that a lot of women hate to answer those questions. When you show them in their truth, because I'm showing her in her truth. When you show her in her truth, which is her wearing that dress, then it's a silence. Then it's not a lot of talking, and I don't understand that. Back to what I was saying about this situation, folks. If you want to join up on the live stream, just go ahead and hit the request button or click the link in the chat room that says join here as a guest. Back to what I was saying. DDG, right? Obviously don't understand how child custody, child support works. When you have a baby with a woman that you're not married to, you really have no rights over that child until you go to court. You have no rights over the child until you go to court. I don't care if you're on the birth certificate. I don't care if she even tells the police that that's your child. It don't matter. You can complain all you want to the law enforcement. You can complain to your mama. You can complain to the internet. It doesn't matter. Until you go to court, that child is not going to be with you until the mama decides to let you see the child. Shout out to Brother Fleming, said, don't forget, Guru, the hive mind has affected a lot of them. That's facts. That's facts. The hive mind has affected a lot of them. I don't know who just requested up, but you can try again. The hive mind has affected them, and they all continue to have that one mind, especially in regards to the way women carry themselves and who they are and all this shit like this. But the blame, you know, I see this as two ways. The women are going to place the blame on him, saying that he's this kind of a man and stuff. And him as a man, he's going to say, I know a lot of, that's what he said. I know a lot of dudes going through this. They're not allowed to or able to see their children because the woman is bitter. And I believe women know that as well. Come on now, talk to me. Y'all know when a woman is bitter, but y'all take up because you know it's a woman. See, we have no problem calling out a man, and I have no problem telling the brother that he was a fool for not understanding. Now that he's getting online and doing what he's doing, he was a fool for not understanding child custody and just knocking her up. I know why he wanted to be with her and knock her up. You can look at her and tell he saw that body or whatever, right? Because if he really wanted to be with her, if he really wanted to build with her, he would have married her. Then they would have combined their income and their money. And they would have had a family. They would have had more children. Which brings another problem in the community that I always talk about. The black home does not promote marriage. The black home does not promote marriage because that should have been at the forefront of them getting together and being together. And I've asked a lot of the women, since they have the most control of the children, why are not more of them preaching and teaching marriage to their children? Why are they not teaching marriage? You have to teach marriage. You don't really care about that because you're too busy working, trying to take care of the household, or too busy trying to scheme and get money, whatever the hell you're trying to do. You're too busy doing that and ain't thinking about no marriage or no man. I can tell you that's really the sign. You want to know when a woman is real bitter? When she says statements like this: I'm not thinking about no man. I don't care about no man. I don't want to be with no man. I'm just trying to focus on me. I'm not trying to be with no man. That's a bitter woman. That's definitely a woman that's bitter. Bitter. You agree it's a generational curse. Not everyone wants to get marriage. Okay. Well, T. Dixon, if you screwing, you should want marriage. So I should hear from you. You should be able to come up right now and tell me, Guru, I'm not screwing and I don't screw. If you're screwing, you should want marriage, because the product of screwing is children. No, come be a woman. I know you got a little short haircut. Come on, be a woman. Don't be afraid. Come on, talk to me. Come tell me your business, because I want to know if you're screwing or not. There is no way in hell that you should be screwing and not concerned or thinking about marriage. Sorry, bro. DDG is a narcissist. I grew up with two parents. He's disrespectful to the Little Mermaid. Okay. Are you screwing? Turn your TV down or whatever you listening on. Lady, I know you hear me. I cannot hear you. Turn whatever you watching, turn it down in the background and speak. Speak. Women are ignorant. Goodbye. How do you know DDG is a narcissist? You diagnosed him? How did you diagnose him as a narcissist? How do you know? You just talking. You just running your mouth. You don't know if the man is a narcissist or not. How do you know that? Like you didn't spend a whole lot of time with the man or something. You just going by what you seen on the internet, just like the rest of us. And when you go by what you see on the internet, look at what he's doing online. What is he doing online? What is he doing online? Raj said social media is smoke and mirrors. That's facts. They think that the marriage is a bigger deal than having children. You know, brother, I'm glad you brought that up because, yes, a lot of them, especially the women, unfortunately, they think that getting married is more problematic than having children. So they think that screwing raw or screwing any kind of way, because you don't just have to, you can start off by not screwing raw and still get pregnant. A goofy woman. This man is putting on weight. You can see it. Get your goofy self up out of here. Just goofy. But you in here watching. What is he doing online? I don't know what he's doing online, but anyway, he can make statements and she can make statements. She can come online and say whatever she wants to say about the situation, and so can he. This goofball out of my comment section. Goodbye. You know you ain't gonna come up and speak. You just running your mouth. She can go online just like he can go online. So he made his statements. I don't know how you would call that narcissistic. He made his statements about him not being able to see his son. He said he's not a deadbeat. He said that he's been trying to see his son. But when women do shit like that, y'all take their word for it. How many women have y'all heard? I want to check this out. How many women have y'all heard come online call other women a narcissist? How many women have y'all heard other women come online and call another woman a narcissist? Never. Thank you. None. Thank y'all for writing that in the chat room. You've heard plenty. You a lie. No, you haven't. So I guess only men, folks, this is news, breaking news. According to women, only men can be narcissists.
That boy is good.
According to women, only men can be narcissists. Newsflash, my friend, even if you are married, you still do not have a right. You don't have a right to what? Your children? Until there's a custody agreement, yes, you do. Your wife cannot stop you from seeing your children if you're married. Are you crazy? Now, if there's some type of injunction or protection order or something like that in place, if you guys are married, then yeah, you possibly cannot see your children. You can see your children if you're married. You had your children within marriage. Woman can't keep the children away from you. You can take her to court for that. You crazy? Y'all just be writing stuff in here. I don't know what y'all talking about. Anyway, I can see a lot of times y'all just be writing shit in the comments and y'all know what y'all talking about. You can definitely see your children if you are married. Can't no woman keep you from your children. Y'all need to do some more studying and learn. Can no woman keep you away from your child or your children? My mom tried, but my dad got joint custody. Yeah. You can still see your children with a protection order in place too. Yeah, depending on what it says, Mrs. Jackson, depending on what it says. If it says absolute no contact, then no, you cannot. Until he goes to court and gets it resolved or gets the injunction against harassment or protection order quashed. If he gets it quashed, then that's a different. Somebody said just have your children within marriage, problem solved. Well, that's the problem that we're having right now during this live. Let's go, people. I need y'all to get my like count up. Everybody watching right now, take some time and get the like count up if you haven't got the likes up. That's all you have to do. If you haven't got the like count up, get the like count up. No, the father should not have to fight to see his child. A father should not have to fight to see his child, no matter how angry the mother is at the man. no matter how angry or disappointed you are with the man, you had a child with him. That's the way the world goes. That's how the world turns. But you as a man got to understand that you don't have shit until you get that legal custody. It's her house. He is not entitled to sit in her house. Lady, didn't you just hear me say he needs to go to court? He needs to go to court and get the custody. Listen to this.
Any name. It's just not fair, bro. So I have to come on here and I gotta do this shit. I don't want to be on no fucking shade room, bro. I don't want to be on no blogs and no shit like that, nigga. I'm just trying to kick it, but I gotta do shit like this. Now I gotta go to court, do all this extra shit when it ain't even gotta be like that, bro.
I don't know. The volume is kind of low on this for some reason, but he doesn't want to go to court. He doesn't want to do anything but just see his son. But to me, this is a fool. And I don't understand how you do not know that as a woman when you are messing with the man. Y'all hear that? I'm convinced that y'all hear that. Y'all are attracted to this shit. Come on, talk to me. That's my opinion. Y'all are attracted to the man who talks like that. Y'all don't want the smart man that knows his rights and his responsibilities and the importance of things, the importance of responsibility in marriage and having children and doing things the right way. And y'all don't really like that, especially in this community. Y'all don't like that. Y'all like the man that sounds like he's kind of dumb and slow, like he don't really know what's going on. Like he's just going to say nah, F that. I'm just trying to see my son. That's what y'all want. Y'all want the man that is going to be, and y'all choose those men purposely, in my opinion, to mate with. Let me tell you guys something, especially about, because this is a black couple, former black couple. Let me tell you something about the black community that a lot of y'all don't probably realize. Exactly, Raj said, guys, that they can predict. Facts. Let me tell you something about the black community. I looked up, right, the numbers when it comes to the amount of degrees women of color get versus men of color. As of recent, in the last 10, 15 years, women of color have been getting about double, close to double the amount of degrees that men of color have been getting. You know what that means? That every woman that is in college should be able to snatch up. There's plenty of women in college. There's enough guys that no black man should leave college single. When you have women in there 2-to-1, no black man should leave college single. You basically at a 2-to-1 ratio almost. So the men that are intelligent enough to go to college and get a degree, every single last one of them should be leaving college with a black woman as his wife. Every single one of them. Is that happening? Come on, y'all talk to me. Let's be real. Is that happening? Are women of color who claim they're educated and smart, who are in college, are they choosing and getting with men of color in college? Are they choosing somebody at their school or a classmate where you're in competition with other races? Are women of color getting with the smartest guys that they can possibly get? That's my question. That's my question. Are women of color investing in their future by getting with a black man? Are they doing that? There's plenty of women and enough men for, yeah, there's going to be a lot still that are going to leave college with no man, but every single one of those men should have a woman when he leaves college. Every single one of them should have a wife. Every one of them. They're raised to chase after the bag and money, not their career. They go to school to be bosses, not to build with black men. Come on, y'all, talk to me. They are married to their degree.
But today was my last straw. I'm like, all right, cool. Y'all, if y'all was watching me stream yesterday, y'all know I'm like, all right, I wasn't even gonna stream today. I'm like, I ain't streaming today. I'm gonna be with my son. I planned my whole day to be with him. My whole day was around that. And then I get there and I'm kicked out of the crib, can't see him, whatever. Mind you, we have our own lives. Like, she got her own shit going on. I got my own shit going on in terms of who we fuck with. Like, we not together whatsoever. We not boyfriend and girlfriend. So ain't got nothing to do with the content. Ain't got nothing to do with nothing. I've been dealing with this forever. This is literally my last resort. I feel like I don't have no type of like shit hurt, bro. Like, I don't have no type of say so. And I keep getting this word thrown around like this. I don't give a fuck if this make me seem childish. I just want to be able to see my son when I want to see my son.
Okay.
Did y'all hear that?
Literally my last resort. I feel like.
Okay.
He said
more than me, and I don't even know the nanny name. Like, it's like.
He said, I just want to be able to see my son when I can see my son.
It's just not fair, bro. So I have to come on here and I gotta do this shit. I don't want to be on no fucking shade room, bro. Like, I don't want to be on. And then I get there and I'm kicked out of the crib, can't see him, whatever. Mind you, we have our own lives. Like, she got her own shit going on. I got my own shit going on in terms of who we fuck with. Like, and I hate that every time I got something going good, it's always some type of drama, some type of something going on in my life. I've been doing really good. I've been keeping my head down, just working, waking up every day, working, dealing with this shit on the same breath. Nobody don't really speak like that. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm gonna take my son, go hang out downstairs. Whoop, I'm getting kicked out. No, like it's conversations where it's like the shit that's said to me is so if niggas heard it.
He went over there to see his son and got kicked out the house. He went over there to see his son. This video and the way he's speaking convinces me even more that what I said just a few minutes ago is so true. Y'all like and pick, like Raj said, men that are predictable. These guys that are of lower intelligence, that are not going to put up a fight, really, that are just going to want to see their son or whatever. Y'all don't want a man that has higher intelligence level. Y'all don't. A higher intelligent level man is going to take way more major moves. If he knows he's been always having trouble, can't really see his son, he's going to take some major moves. And a woman will know that up front. Like, damn, I can't mess with him. Or if I do, I got to do this and do that because of blah, 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 blah. Somebody said it's about control. Yes, I've been saying that for so many years. As much as these women today complain about the men are controlling, men want to control. They're the ones who really want the control. You want the control over the man. You want to dictate, you got to come over to the house. If you want to see your son, because you're not finna take my son around no other women. That's deep.
That boy is good.
You're not finna take my son around no other women or hoes, as they like to say. What's not true? There's more to the story. He's leaving something out. He probably is. I'm sure he is. I'm sure he is. And that's what we're discussing. Of course, there's always more to every story. But all we know is what he's come online and said. He's complaining that he hasn't been able to consistently see his son. Oh, you're saying that it's not true about wanting control. If you're a woman, why don't you, instead of saying that, all you got to do is hit that little link in the chat room and request and come up and say what you have to say. I'm not going to read all of your messages. Come on up and speak and be a woman. A lot of y'all are afraid to come up here because you don't want to be a woman of your word. Well, if you have so much to say, then be a woman and hit the request button and come up and say what you have to say. He exposed that baby way too much on social media. Why don't y'all tell a lot of these mamas that shit when they're doing that? Because a lot of them are doing that. How come y'all are quick when a man comes online and says anything about his woman or his children, or whatever? Y'all are quick to want to get out the man. How come y'all don't do more to say stuff about these women online? Because there's plenty of them. There's plenty of them that are doing things, exposing their children, twerking naked in front of their children, all kind of stuff. How come y'all don't ever say anything about the women? Mostly it's all about the men. What are the men doing? Why is he doing this? Why is he doing that? Cam up and talk about it. She's not going to cam up and talk about it because she's afraid. Most women like that are weak and afraid. Most of these women are afraid of me. Women get all the blame when they're not even guilty. Well, if she's not guilty, then it should be easy for her to just squash it and allow him to see the son, right? If it's not a problem, if she's unbothered by whatever new women he's around, if she's unbothered by, them breaking up, then she would easily allow him to see the child, right? If you get mad at the man, I'm mad at you, just take your son and leave the house for a few hours. I'm going to let you see your son. Why not do it that way? That's my question. Why not do it that way? If a woman is angry with the man that she let get her pregnant, if she's angry, but she also bitches and complains that men don't do enough, the fathers don't do enough, why not say, hey, come get your son. You can see him for as long as you want, for today and tomorrow, whatever. Even though I'm mad at you, you still need to come see your child. Why not do it that way? That's my question. Come on, talk to me. They do. You're a damn lie. You know how many women are complaining that they don't hear from the father? They don't hear from the man. You sure are able to, you know how many of them have told me, I can't find him. I haven't heard from him. Okay, if you haven't heard from him, can't find him, how come you was always able to find him when he was cheating? Come on, talk to me. Guru, you tough. How come y'all always able to find the man when he's cheating? You can smell cooter cat on his wangama thing. You can sniff it out in his phone. Oh, hell no. I know he probably over there at this B house. I'm finna go. And they find a way every time to make it over to where he is. Every stinking time they find a way to make it over to where the man is. How come y'all can't find the damn man when you say you claim that you can't find him, he don't want to take care of his child? Why don't you go looking for him then? He ain't came around in months. Why don't you go looking for him then? Because we not together no more, Guru. Why should I go looking for a man if we not together no more? What you complaining about them never coming around? They move around and shit. They move around. They'll change their phone. They do. They play all kind of games. They play all the games. Raj said because they're the experts at protecting themselves emotionally. I agree. They know how to emotionally protect themselves. The man is manipulating. The man is a narcissist. Okay. She's a narcissist too. How about that? Why don't we just say that? He's a narcissist. Okay, she's a narcissist too. Nope, find him and leave the kid at the door and run. How many of y'all are doing that even? How many women in the community find their children and say, their children's father, I can't do this no more. I'm having a breakdown, and just go drive up to wherever he's staying, knock on the door. You take care of these kids. Bye. Come on, we know the truth. Y'all don't want to give up the money and the benefits. We know the truth. Y'all don't want to give up the money and the benefits. Come on, talk to me. We know the truth. Folks, we're over our first hour of the show. We still need 6 more people to contribute, support this platform. I don't care how you do it. PayPal, Super Chat, Cash App. Let's go so we can continue this live stream going. So that we can continue. I need especially these people that are watching over here on this platform to hit the Cash App and donate that way. Appreciate you in advance. I'm gonna put the timer on for that. For me to continue going this live stream. Y'all got 5 minutes, 6 people. That should be very easy for 6 people to contribute and donate to this platform. Thank you in advance. All right, there we go. You know, thank you, Brother Turner. Appreciate you. Shout out to you and Reed Pink. Thank you both for your continued support. I don't know why we have so many women that get online and run our men down and say they ain't shit and complain that they don't help out, but they won't go searching for. How come you don't do more to go looking for him? I don't buy that until you've done as much as you can to try to look and search out and seek out the father of your children. I shouldn't have to do nothing. He should come around. No, I disagree with that. I disagree that he should come around. I think that you should go find him. If it's really bothering you that much and you can't deal with it, I think you should go find him. Shout out to Brother Don Jeter. Thank you, brother, for the Cash App. My man. Appreciate you. I disagree with that. I think y'all should go, and some of y'all might disagree with me with that. I think y'all should go and look for the man. Try to find him. Do the best that you can. Document all the shit that you've done. Why don't you put that on social media? Look, y'all, I'm at his mama's house. He's not here. Look, y'all, went to his last address. He's not here. Look, y'all, got his other baby mamas that he's not here. Look, y'all, went to his job. He's not here. Then come back. Then you can complain and say he don't want to do nothing. Why are you not going to search for him and look for him? What's going on, brother?
Oh, what up, man? I didn't even know you was pulling me. What up?
What's going on with you?
Not much. I was listening to you talk or whatever, man, and I think, a lot of young men need to be more educated on divorce court and family court. And that's why he's sitting on live TV complaining like he is.
I agree. And that's what I said earlier. I said, I asked the woman, I said, why are women, y'all have most of the control of the children. Why don't y'all teach y'all sons, sit them down Just like y'all, when y'all get ready to go file for shit, y'all sit there and learn every single little thing that y'all can about rights and laws and how the child custody, how the child support work. How come y'all are not teaching that to your sons? Because they sure do know how to teach their daughters and get their daughters to figure that shit out. How come they don't teach that to the boys? Don't give me, well, that's the father's responsibility. He should have been the one. No, you teach your daughters that shit.
Yeah, they learn very quick, and I think it's more of men don't like to do that work. They want to be this blue collar or rough. You know, I don't want to seem like I'm crying or being a wuss, but then you end up on TV crying because you didn't want to do the work. So
I
think
agree,
it's
but
more
I'm
of them not
saying, why are the mothers, when they're children and teenagers, why are they not teaching them child custody laws like the back of their hand? Like they learned it. They teach their daughters that when their daughters get pregnant.
I think they do. It's just the men like me. I got a whole bunch of lessons from older people in my family, but it didn't click in until luckily I was already married and going through a divorce that I then understood why they said do certain things. I wasn't out searching for it. It just made sense once everything started happening. So I just think these young men don't care to look into it because that's not player. I'm pretty sure their moms tell them. I was raised by a bunch of women. They tell you stay away from these women. They call them other names actually.
You think
That's
so?
big.
You think the women are out here teaching their sons? Most of them are teaching their sons about child custody. I personally don't think they're doing that.
Well, I'm around a bunch of people who are active parents, whether it's female or male. So I do think that I have a bias, you know, being ex-military, being around family up north, that I do have that bias. But I do think that what you're saying has a lot of validity to it. Like it's true. But it's like, how hard is it for a man to pick up a book or go to Google and look up parenting laws in the state of Georgia? That's what I did.
So you're right about that. But the problem is, see, this is where it goes back to the type of women. I'm sorry, the type of men that these women choose to mate with, right? Mm-hmm. So they can fly, and I'll give it to them. A lot of the women today have degrees, especially in the Black community. They're more educated than ever, right? They're almost double educated as much as the Black men in the community. They almost have twice as many degrees as Black men. So I give them that. I'm saying a lot of them still choose men. They have the opportunity to choose intelligent men. Every single Black man that's in college should be able to leave college with a wife.
Yeah.
And he doesn't.
Most men.
He doesn't.
Black 18 to 23 has a career already.
Yeah. And I would probably venture to say over 50% of Black men that graduate college, I would have to look up the stats, but you can just look at the age range. Over 50% of Black men that probably leave college, I would guess, educated guess of mine, don't have a wife. I'm pretty sure most of us would agree. Over 50% of Black men, that means majority of Black men that leave college don't have a wife. Why is that? Why is it that you have twice as many women that will have a degree, but they're not getting married? And I'm saying they're not marrying those men because they don't really want the guy that's smarter, that's going to know this stuff. And he's already shown that he can pick up a book. They go for these type of guys who just like, he's just giving, I'm listening to what he's saying, just giving generic, low educated type of responses to the situation. I just want to see my son. Like, this is how a typical street dude would talk. I'm just trying to see my son.
But you see, but a perfect example, look at Ye. You know, we talk about him. He went through his thing and the whole world said something was wrong with him. He got joint custody and split custody. No matter what, because not only money, he was smart about it. He was married. He did a lot of things right. Some men just got to learn that you got to play the game right and you won't be on live TV complaining. Like, I go through my problems, but due to me being married, I didn't have to fight as much. I don't think I go without saying my son, but that's due to like temporary situations of us relocating states. But it's never, oh, I don't know where she at, because I call the police in a heartbeat. I will have that judge. We'll be in court next week talking to the judge about it. It's $65 to file a court case. $65 out here in Kansas and in Alabama. That's all it costs.
And he has plenty of money. I mean, he's rich. He has plenty of money to do this.
Bro,
but he's over here.
You can do it.
He's over here talking about I don't know, man. Maybe I need to do the court thing or something. You know, he just sounds. Is he a thug? I don't know too much about this guy. Would y'all
No, he don't
consider this
seem like
guy
a
a
thug.
thug?
I wouldn't. I think he's just a man who got, I'm gonna be honest, and women might agree, he got famous through her. I think he had already had some stuff, but she kind of made
Because he
him
was
more
already
relevant.
was he already a YouTuber and a rapper
Something
before
like
that?
that, yeah, he was, but her fame is way beyond his.
Okay. Some people are saying no, he's just a YouTuber. So that y'all wouldn't describe him as a thug. I
No,
just can
no.
listen to the way he's speaking about the situation, and he doesn't sound. I can tell he knows nothing about child custody law. I can tell he knows nothing about what his responsibilities are now that he's had a child with a woman, what his rights are, what he should be doing. He
And
to
she
me
got a
knows
lawyer.
nothing.
And you best believe she has a lawyer. I'm telling you how my ex-wife played me. They have that lawyer giving them play by play on what to do, what they can get away with. They are not playing. They know exactly what to do. And here's the crazier part, to go to what you were saying. You call down there and you ask for custody agreement lawyers, because they don't give them for family court. But if you have like a restraining order, are you trying to do that stuff? They'll get a woman a discounted rate. They got programs for women to get discounted rate. Press one to go here if you're a woman, but a man don't get none of that. And I think that accounts to some of it as well. You know, why the woman, do the restraining orders and the protection orders and, hire the cheap lawyer, but hey, he don't hire a lawyer, more. So I think that attests to it as well, is that these women get a lot of programs thrown their way.
Brother, I appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming up and sharing your thoughts on this situation.
Alrighty.
All right, have a good night.
Thank you.
Folks, we close to getting my likes to where I want them to be. Let's go. Let's raise up the like count a little bit more. Let's go, folks. I know I'm on a regular time. During the month of Ramadan, I'll probably go back to the evening slot after Ramadan. But for now, I'm on more during the day. Sometimes I'll be in the morning, but usually probably midday. Appreciate you for being here. He graduated valedictorian high school. Okay. But my question is, let me see if I can get y'all in the chat room. Would y'all consider DDG? I don't know a ton about the man. Would you consider him to be a thug? Is he a thug? Is he a thug? Okay, no. Yes, Mrs. Gale said my daughter was dead. No, he's just a young man from the hood. Okay. Okay, he's not. Y'all wouldn't consider him to be a thug. All right. Great. Most people are saying he's not a thug. Okay. So this dude is not the thug type. Kana said the father warned her and said not to date this man, not to get with this man. She still did. And I heard the way he speaks, and I can play a little bit more of this. I can hear the way that he speaks, and I can tell that he does not have a great education in terms of child custody and child rights.
It's on some leave us alone type shit. I'm like, bro, like, now I can see if no nigga in the world can tell me that I'm a deadbeat or a bad dad. No nigga in the world can ever say that to me. If my son can talk, he'll tell you my pops is the realest nigga ever. This nigga fuck with.
Okay, y'all saying he's not a thug, but he kind of talks like one to me. So y'all are telling me that speech is fake? The way he's talking right there, that's fake? Are y'all telling me that that's fake?
Country and lead a state.
So y'all saying he's not a thug, is that fake then? The way he's talking? Because I don't have any friends that I'm surrounded by that talk like that. None. I don't have any friends that talk like that.
I get no say so whatsoever. I can't say one word because she tell me that she the primary parent. Like, it's like, bro, the shit not cool, bro. It's not fair, bro. Like, I promise y'all, I swear on my life, on my soul, on my son, I never wanted to come on here and say no shit like this, but I feel like this is the only way. So now if y'all don't see me with my son every day, y'all know I stream every day. Every day I don't see my son, I'ma number it. Let's see. I know she gonna let me see my son now. This is the only way. Behind closed doors, I have not been able to see my son. Only if we on perfect terms and she around is cool. But if we not, I don't get to see him.
Okay, you can hear what he's saying. If we on perfect terms, it's cool. But if we not, then he can't see his son. This is the way he's talking. He's telling you right there that she controls the access to the child. And I agree with the brother. I believe she does have lawyers, not only lawyers, but the women in her family and everything, her friends, guiding her this. See, men, we don't get this type of stuff. We don't get this type of support. That's one thing that women do. They're going to stick together. Somebody said earlier, I think it's Brother Fleming, hive mind. Women stick together, especially to do wicked stuff or to get a get back or to get revenge. They usually stick together for shit like that. Men don't. You're not going to have a whole bunch of men in his ear like, hey, brother, this is what I went through. This is what you need to do. Da, 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 da. We're here for you. Come on, I'll go down there with you. Women will have other women. I've seen it firsthand. I've seen women tell somebody that they work with that they're not even close with like that. They just work. Tell them a story about a sob story about what's going on with them and their child's father or whatever. That woman, because she's either mad at men, they use that as fuel. She's mad at men from her past, or she feels bad or feels some type of way about this woman. She'll hop in the car with that woman. Come on, girl, I'll go with you for everything. We'll go down to court. We'll call the police together. You don't even know the woman that well. They'll just team up. My thing is, why are mothers not teaching their sons this? This would greatly help the boys make better decisions when it comes to who they're going to screw. Boys would make better decisions with their choice in women if they were taught from a young age. Son, let me teach you how, these women talk. Let me teach you how, the things they say. Let me tell you about how they'll set a man up. Let me tell you how they'll team up with each other. They won't even know each other. Teaching your son practical wisdom. What happened to that? What happened to teaching your boys practical wisdom? It's one thing for her to not listen to her daddy and not get with him, but it would have been a whole nother thing if the mother would have taught. Raj said teaching is action, not words. That's true, Raj. If she's the kind of woman that does stuff like that, why would she teach her son? But then again, you've had women, I've heard of this. How many men have heard of this too? That have put their sons up on whole game, right? Because they were out there as a street woman. They taught their sons street game. They taught their sons about women that were street type women. I had a guest come on that said, yes, that her father told her not to get with this dude. I did have a guest that came on and said that. Yes. I don't know too much about that. I don't know if that actually happened. I was just told that the father told her not to get with this dude. Her said, I love my grandma. She was fair. and only for what's right. Yes. You know, a lot of the grandmothers, especially the old school grandmothers, were like that. They were fair. They were about doing what was right. They were about teaching and being honest. They wanted to protect their grandchildren even more than their children. They wanted to do what was right. I'm talking about the generation after the baby boomers. They try to warn, they try to be a voice of warning for their family to prevent danger. These new age jokers, they run to danger. They love danger. They like that which is going to hurt them. They like to war. They like to fight. I believe, and y'all can tell me if I'm wrong, I believe some of these women get a kick and get pleasure off of lying to men, off of seeing men cry online, seeing men hurt because they can't see their children. I believe some of them get pleasure from that shit. Come on, talk to me. I believe some of them get pleasure from that. Y'all are happy to see the man struggle and stumble. Y'all are happy when the man has to cry to his mama or cry to the police or whatever and still can't see his son. Rod said it makes them feel like they're in control. Y'all are happy when the man has to struggle. Talk about how stupid he looked, but he wasn't looking stupid when he was hitting it. Ooh, you tough.
Oh, it's good.
Shout out to Mayhem. Thank you so much, sister, for the super chat. She said they'll sacrifice their son just to stay in the sisterhood. It's a shame. Shows that they don't care about black men. That's what I say all the time. But yet they want to get on me all the time and say, you don't care about BWs. You don't care about the women. All you do is bash the women. You bash all women. No, I tell the truth about what they're doing out here. I tell the truth about the dysfunction. I tell the truth about their situation. I tell the truth how they're users. How they team up for wickedness and evil. Why don't you team up for good? Why don't we seeing more women team up for good to teach the women to cover up, put some clothes on? Why are they not teaming up to say, girl, instead of let's go find the ninja cheating and let's go wreck his shit and stuff like that? Why don't we hear them saying, girl, let's go try to find the father of your children and pray for him? See if we can help him get back on his feet. See what it's going to take for him to be in his son's life or his daughter's life. Why don't they team up for that? They only want to hear about the bad. Shout out to brother Keith. Thank you, my brother, for the super chat. My man, appreciate you. He said, got to get them at 8 years and up. It will definitely prove results for our communities. The men, you got to fight hard. Understand black women going to fight. Brother, you can say we got to fight hard as men. It's not enough. It's just like that Tupac song a long time ago when he said, it's me against the world. That's how it's going to feel going up against. Once it falls out, once you're not screwing that woman no more and y'all not together like that no more, it's going to feel like it's you against the world, because it's going to be her, the system, and a whole bunch of other women that are ready to help her going against you. Shout out to Divine Photos. Appreciate you for the super chat. Divine Photos said women love to play keep the kid away from the father and brainwash the kid to believing the dad is a deadbeat. These modern moms use their kids as pawns. That is facts. That is nothing but facts. Use the children as pawns. Lie to the kids. Tell them that the father did this, that the daddy did that. He didn't want to see you. Y'all brothers need to take heed also. Stop going for these jokers just because they got a body on them. I know we don't want no ugly woman, and we don't want no out of shape woman. You might have to take one that got a flatter behind and try to help her build her behind up and make it a little bit plumper that you like it, as long as she a real good woman. As long as she a religious woman, as long as she's listened to her father, she has a history of that. She has a history of not talking back. She don't have no history of being no baby mama. She don't have no history of taking the children fathers for child support and all this other shit because she's bitter and mad. She don't got no history of spying on the man, trying to figure out how much cheating he's doing. Anything she was doing with her ex, she's going to do it to you ×2. Anything, I'm going to say that again. Anything she was doing to her ex, she's going to do it to you ×2. Not if he has RSV. What are you talking about, lady? I know that's a woman. Talking about if he has RSV. RSV symptoms are like a cold. If y'all lost y'all mind, y'all, these women come here and say this shit. Y'all send y'all kids to school and shit all the time with a cold. Talk to the average teacher out here and see how many that with way worse than a cold. They send their kids to school sick as hell because they don't want to be around their kids. Over here, I heard the women talking about that. The baby has RSV. You don't know what RSV. I saw the symptoms. They say it's just like a cold. Very similar symptoms. Y'all send y'all kids to school with way worse. Don't give me that shit that is RSV. And if you have a problem with what I'm saying about that, why don't you hit that link and request up and come up and say what you need to say? If you have some proof that RSV is some type of debilitating disease and will unalive the child if the child goes somewhere with the father, then come up here and show me your proof. Bring your proof up here. Folks, I need y'all to get the like count up. I need y'all to get the like count up. Let's go. If you haven't hit the like button yet, hit the like. When I had my son, he went to school with the best. Shout out to Divine Photos. Thank you, brother, for the super chat. He said, look at Umar's daughter. She waited to turn 22 to lash her father instead of blaming her own mother. Well, you know what, brother, I made a post about that on my IG, and a lot of people think I'm getting after Umar, and more or less I'm getting on the women for believing so much in the man and still not holding him to account. Because these women sure are hypocritical. When Umar's daughter come out, some of them are coming out saying she's bitter. The only time they want to say that because they also want to protect Umar's image. They do. A lot of them want to protect Umar's image because they know they will look real foolish saying they believed in Umar so much, and now they're upset that Umar, according to his daughter, has been a deadbeat. But according to him, he's been paying child support. I'm not going to talk too much about Umar. Ms. Potter said ex-wife sends him 2 small shoes and torn up clothes while receiving $2,500 a month in child support. Wow, brother. Your ex-wife sends your son to school with 2 small shoes and torn up clothes and gets $2,500 a month in child support. This is why it's also real important to sit and talk to your sons and teach them these things. Talk to them about this. Talk to them about where they put they wangama thing. Shout out to Z Loaded. Said, bro, I watch your content all the time, fam. You funny as hell. Keep up the good work, broski. Man, appreciate you. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. Thank you for the super chat as well. Shout out to you. Somebody said she's spending that money on a Pookie. Yes, that's probably, they either spending that money on junk, hair and nails and purses and shit, or on some other dude, put money on his books or buying him things, some broke dude. There's a man that got money, you know, they not spending no money on no man that got no money. They got to spend that money on a broke man. Yes, exactly. The Ken G wigs, the makeup, the lashes, all that stuff. Spent thousands and thousands of dollars on that. I said it in the stream last week. I said they spend more money, put more money on a man's books than they do on their own children's books. And that's what this situation had proved to me, that the women go for the dudes that like him, that don't speak correctly, don't know that much, to keep them stupid.
I don't care to do girl content, whatever the fuck. That has nothing to do with anything that's work. That has nothing to do with me wanting to be around my son, like whatsoever. I don't give a fuck who she fucking, who she. And I hate that every time I got something going good, it's always some type of drama. On the same breath, nobody will really know. And she got this fucking golden image that I've all.
He says he wants to be a father and take care of his son. He says he just wants to see his son. I want to see more women encouraging their baby daddies. This is one thing I'm going to start saying more often. Why don't you encourage your baby daddy to go? Why don't you go with him? Hey, let's go file for custody together. I'm going to encourage you. Let's go together. Let's go do it together. That way, because I want you to, I'm not bitter. This is how I'm going to show you I'm not bitter. I want you to go with me and let's file for custody together. That's what I want y'all to start doing as women. I want y'all to start doing as women. Go down there together with the man and file for custody together. Since you have so much money and so many degrees, don't ask for child support, or if you do, don't ask for much. And then the men wouldn't get online and be able to say nothing. Chrissy said, I agree with that. Nobody has custody of the kids until you go to court. Nobody has custody of the kids until you go to court. Oh, you agree that it shouldn't be nobody. Okay, I see what you're saying. Never mind. Well, we know that's never going to happen. They're still going to always leave it with the mother. But I'm saying, if a woman, if you was really that kind of a woman, you wasn't bitter, you wasn't evil, you wasn't vindictive, you was just with the man, y'all, everything was okay before then, you was screwing him. You thought he was a good father. Even if the man is even if he cheated on you, that have nothing to do with him being a good father. He still be a great father to his son and had messed around on you. That's fine. So I want more of the women to start going to court with the man and getting joint custody. That's what I want to see in 2025, 2026 and beyond. Mr. Potter said they don't care. His son didn't even know he gets $2,500 per month. He had to show him. Yeah, do that, brother. Do that, brother. Show your son, show your children how much money you're paying if you're paying child support. Forget what the mother does. Petition the courts for visitation. They can't deny you that. That's correct. They can't deny them, but many men don't fight enough for their children. And I know that for a fact. Many men don't fight enough for their children. They don't fight enough. They don't do enough. They don't go hard enough for their children. There's dudes out here that go harder in the streets to try to screw their next woman than they do to fight for custody of their children. He's a grown man. He better go down there on his own. He's the one whining about more time. Lady, did you hear what I said? I said, if y'all are not bitter and y'all complain that the men don't help enough, they don't want to be, then why don't you say, hey, baby daddy, or hey, ex, I really want you to always have access to your son or your child. I want us to go down there together and file. How come y'all don't do that? Shout out to the brother. He said, exactly, Guru. Full custody of his son. Fought my ass off for 2 years and thousands of dollars to get it. Yeah. Sometimes that's what you got to do, brother. That's life. Sometimes that's what you got to do. That's life. Bitter ears don't hear. Yeah, I agree with that. Bitter ears don't hear. Shout out to VNT, said, thank you for covering this topic. Of course, I'm always going to cover topics like this. A problem in our society is that this creates, see, a lot of the women just like to say I'm on them. This creates responsibility on both parties, on the man and the woman, right? Because here's what's going to happen. I have to challenge, and they say you never get on the man. I'm clearly getting on the man. I didn't call this dude. I said he sounds like an idiot to me. He don't sound very smart when it comes to this. He don't sound smart. He may be smart enough to grow a platform, but he don't sound very smart when it comes to this. I talked about how not enough men fight for their children. I talked about how you got dudes out here that are broke who don't got nothing going on with them. But I also said you got women that will still screw them. Can't complain about that which you are letting inside of your body. A lot of men don't really want their kids. They get them and dump them off on a granny or the new girlfriend. How do you know that? Is that what happened to you? Why don't you request up here? How do you know that? And if you as a woman know that the man that you're with does that, here's my thing. If you know, hey, I'm with a man and all he does is dump his kids off, why are you screwing him? Because more than likely you're going to get pregnant, and if he's dumping the other kids off, he's going to dump your child off too. Why are you screwing him? You're the new girlfriend. You're the new girlfriend. Many times. Shout out to, I don't know how to say your name. Said. Thank you, Said. Said. You're the only YouTuber that has covered this in a real way. Respect, Young King. Appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Said. And shout out to brother Keith again. Thank you, brother, for the super chat. He said, I was an intern at Statesville Prison. It was documented that 89% of the men in there came from single mother homes. Upbringing was sad. Keith, where's Statesville Prison? Where's Statesville? Ma'am?
I'm here.
Okay, I'm glad you're here. I read your statement. You said a lot of men don't really want their kids. They get their children and dump them. How do you know that?
Well, one, I teach school and I work with a lot of kids, but also just talking to different people. A lot of times the problem isn't that the female is like a bitter baby mama or whatever. A lot of times is she doesn't want her kid to just be dumped off on somebody else. So it's a difference if the guy is like actually spending time with the children and that's what he wants, or if he's just getting the kids to dump them off on.
Okay, but she's not the court. Okay, she's not the court. She has no business deciding what he does with his children when he takes them. If he wants to take them and over to his mama's house. Listen, my point is, y'all can't complain that y'all get. I see plenty of content where women are crying. They're a single mother. They get no help. They got deadbeats. Okay, well, if he comes and picks up his children, even if he takes them right to the mama's house, why? How y'all can't have it both ways? No, we want to get up here. He needs to come and spend time with his own children, not take. But then when men complain, what are y'all doing with the child support money? Oh, that's none of y'all's business what we doing with the child support money. What?
Oh no, I disagree with that. I feel like the father should definitely be able to see what it's spent on. I don't have a problem with that.
I know, okay, you don't, but I'm saying majority of women don't speak that way. The ones that are getting child support, they're not trying to document what they're doing with the child support money.
But a lot of times when guys are complaining about child support, it's the guys who not even paying a lot in child support.
No, that's not true. It's the men that don't have much left over. Depending on what kind of job they have, they don't have much after they paid child support. So you can say they're not paying. Let's say he only makes, $800 a week or $700 a week. Well, if they taking out $450 in child support, you can say that ain't that much for 2 kids. But do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you're saying. I feel like it should be broken down, but then too, it depends on how old the child is. Because if the kid is little and they're in daycare, daycare is expensive. But if the child is older, yeah, they might not need as much money unless they're in like sports and extracurricular activities. But then even with that, that should be a discussion between the two parents, what all the kid is going to do that year.
Okay. Somebody said daycare is $500 a week. Yes, daycare is very expensive. Problem is that both parties should know that before you're screwing.
That's true. But I don't think a lot of people...
It's not very likely that if you marry... It's not likely that if you got married that you're going to be sending your child to daycare and y'all going to be sharing custody when the child is 1, 2, 3 years old. That's not likely that that's going to happen. Because if you get married, if you're marrying a person, more than likely, y'all have plans and are probably going to stay together for longer than 6 months. I know in this day and time, we got some weird things happening where some of these marriages lasting, 9 months or a year or whatever. But I'm saying that if you're going all the way to get married, more than likely, you're going to be with that person for long enough for the child to be in regular school, not daycare. Kindergarten started at 5 years old.
Yeah, well, I sent my kids to pre-K, so you can start pre-K. They have pre-K 3 and pre-K 4.
Yeah, but you got to pay for that unless you got some type of public assistance.
Well, I paid for it. I want my kids to, be ready for it. Just because of the way the school system is, I'd rather pay for it.
That ain't helping these kids get ready. That ain't helping these kids get ready.
Well,
unless you send them to some expensive private school.
You have to. Some daycares don't. You have to really do your research before you pick a pre-K.
I know, but I'm saying unless you're sending them to a school that's more expensive, right?
Mm-hmm.
Most women are not doing that. They're trying to find the cheapest routes.
Oh, well.
Let's be real.
I can't speak for everybody.
We know that. You always say you can't speak for everybody. Let's just be real. Are most women trying to find the most expensive daycares so their children can get a quality education, or are they trying to find what's the cheapest? Let's be real.
A lot of people are just trying to find somebody to watch their kid while they're doing whatever
the cheapest.
But then too, if they built the way it's supposed to be, if you have a community, then grandma should be able to babysit, or auntie should be able to babysit. And if both of y'all are working together, then you have aunties on both sides of the family.
There is no community like that anymore. The mamas and aunties, and they out here twerking, want to be in the streets just like the 20-year-olds. And they don't have that much good sense either.
I feel like it depends on your environment, because me and my kids and my husband, we have a great community that helps us.
Okay, I'm talking about majority of what we see out here. You can say that you
but
and your
that's because
husband.
People are having kids a lot younger now.
No, they're not.
So people are becoming grandmas.
No, they're not. Y'all like to use that as an excuse. No, they're not. They're actually having children older. Teen pregnancy is practically nothing. Any teen pregnancy used to be huge. Teen pregnancy is practically non-existent. Teen pregnancy was a huge thing in like the 90s.
Yeah.
In the early 2000s, but teen pregnancy is not really much of anything anymore, because girls are having they're having them in their 20s, right? And some are having them in their 30s, but they're having them older, not having them at 15, 16 like they were in the past. But you even had women in the past that had children at 16, 17 years old that stayed with a man for a long time. But that was when you actually had a community and could teach and preach marriage and family and husband. Y'all don't want that no more. Majority of these women out here, they're not looking for marriage and family. They're looking for career and money. Career, which means money, power and money.
But I mean, you can't have it all if you have some sort of balance.
No, you can't have a balance. You need to forego the power and money, and it's either going to be one or the other. It's either going to be family, religion, children, marriage, or it's going to be power and money. You can't no. There is no balance. Just like the girls, you know how many women I know that are like this? They want to go out and party, right? With their girls or whatever, have fun, go all out, get drunk, get wild. But then after that, they want to come back home to a man in a warm bed. That's impossible. No man in his right mind is going to approve of his woman going out all the time with some girlfriend, and then she gets to come back with doing whatever she's been doing and just lay in the bed with him. Hell no.
I think you have to take into account of certain people's surroundings and where they are. Because if that's all you see, then that's all you're going to know, and that's all you're going to do. Unless you make up in your mind that you're going to do better or you want better.
Brother Evans, I know you said that you disagree, but I have I've looked at the data before. I have the data right here in front of me. Since 1991, teen pregnancy has pretty much declined. Matter of fact, sexually active students, that has gone down. Here's the birth rate. Look, you can look at this right here for those of you who don't believe me. This is the birth rate for females age 15 through 19 from 1950 through 2022. See this? This was an all-time high. Look at how the birth rate is gone down to almost nothing. Look at how high the birth rate was in the 60s for 18 and 19-year-olds and 15 through 19.
Yeah, but a lot of people are unaliving those children. Like, I teach at a school, and a lot of kids you would be surprised the things kids get caught doing at school, behind the bleachers, outside on the track field. Like, it's still high.
Okay, so you're saying that this is wrong also? Because this is data, this is the trend on those who are sexually active.
But I'm asking, like, do they show how many teenagers are
This is a
unaliving
10-year
babies?
trend
Like,
on
they're
those
not
who are
having them.
sexually active high school students. There's been a steady decline.
Yeah, he's saying his wife teaches high school, and I'm at a middle school, and yeah, it's a lot. I mean, I don't know. They may just not be um, letting it known what's out there, but it's a lot.
What do you mean they're not making it known? What do you what are you saying?
So your stats are like a
How are they getting
percentage of
how are they
whatever.
okay, you're saying that a whole bunch of these girls are getting rid of the babies?
Yeah.
How?
I mean, their parents are taking them. I mean, why do you think they're
They're taking them where to
now?
you're taking them they're taking them where to Planned Parenthood?
That's what I'm saying. Why do you think they're having all these laws passed now that are saying that you can't have that anymore? Because too many people were having them.
All right, so I mean, you know, I hate to be doing this, but we can look at the chart and we can see. I've looked at all this information before, ma'am. I know what I'm talking about. This is the US abortion rate since the 1970s. It peaked in 1990. You said they're taking them, which means that these are reported. They have to be reported. If they're legal, they have to be reported. If they're legal, they have to be reported. The last data from this chart was 2020. Do you see this?
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Okay. So what do you have to say? This is two different organizations. This is the CDC and the Guttmacher Institute. Both of them showing a decline, huge decline since the 90s.
Okay, does this account for all the other ways, like the pill and everything else, like Plan B and all that other
No,
stuff?
but that's not the same thing as deleting the baby. If you want to say more girls are taking the morning after pill, or more girls are on what is that called? Birth control, that's a total different argument. But even if there were more girls on birth control, then that would show in this number. Okay, more girls on birth control, then that would mean that many more of them are having intercourse, but they're not. I've looked at this stuff before. Less girls are having intercourse in today's time than they were in the past. Not as many girls have intercourse like they used to. So I mean, what do you have to say? That's every race.
I'm just telling you from here and at the schools, we see a lot of it. So
I know you're saying
may have gone down, but we still see a lot.
Okay, I know you're saying you see a lot of it, but I mean, you can talk to teachers in the 90s and early 2000s, and they would tell you the same thing. But I'm telling you what these numbers are from the CDC. Unless you're going to say the CDC is wrong, because
no, I'm not going to argue with it. But I mean, just if you think about it, what middle school kid is going to honestly admit to all the stuff that they're doing?
Well, this is high schoolers, man. High school students. And how would middle school students get their hands on Plan B anyway? Don't you have to be 18 to get Plan B?
They have older siblings. They have parents, cousins, and everything like that.
But do you have to be 18? Evan says no. I don't know the laws.
I don't know how old you have to be.
Does anybody know how old you have to be to get Plan B to purchase it? Does anybody know how old you have to be?
You probably at least have to be 17 because it's over the counter, right? You have to have a prescription or something.
Somebody said you can go to a PPH. What is a PPH? Right. I know they sell them over the counter, brother, but I'm saying that there's certain things, there's an age limit, like there's certain medication over the counter that you can't even buy unless you're 18.
Somebody said any age. You probably have to.
You can't. There's no way it's any age. You couldn't be 8 or 9 years old buying it. Are you serious? So an 8-year-old can go in the store and purchase? No way.
You probably got to be 16 or 17 because if you're younger than that, they have to have a parent consent, I would assume.
There's no ID required and no age limit? Wow. Oh, okay. PPHs. Parenthood. Okay. Thank y'all for letting me know. So you're telling me that there is no, I didn't know that. That's something I didn't know. That's crazy.
That's definitely crazy.
That's something I definitely didn't know, that there's no age
I was thinking at least 16.
That's crazy. That is wild. Now we all just learned something. That is wild. I didn't know that you could buy it at any age. That's crazy. So a 10-year-old can go to Walgreens and get What kind of society do we live in? Isn't there probably instructions on the box that tell you you can't take this unless you're a certain age? Huh?
There's probably a lot of side effects too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you probably can't even take it. I wish I could see the back of the box. Let me see if I can see this back. One step. I don't know. It just says take it within 3 days. Maybe they've made it to where you can okay, brother, he said they treat it like contraception. Maybe they made it to where you can take it at any age now. That's crazy. And it's amazing that we haven't had women like fight this or question this, but they don't care because they take it so much. You know what I'm saying? It's amazing that women haven't come out and said, "Oh my God, this pill isn't even regulated as far as age goes. I don't want my 11 or my 12-year-old, as soon as she gets her period or whatever, taking this pill." It's toxic to the body. Yes.
Somebody said it's not effective if you're overweight.
They revised it in 2013. Wow. So before that, this is amazing. So before 2013, the laws were different or whatever. But it's just crazy to me that the things women don't care about or fight for, because I would have thought women would have fought this and said, hey, we don't want our little kids, our little children taking these pills. We don't want a 12 or 13-year-old girl taking this pill. Ooh, this is wild. Somebody said, why aren't men fighting? Why is it that every time I ask a question why women are not doing something, it's just turned right around? Why aren't men doing it? Brother said this should have been a prescription. Yeah. But you know what? They would never make this a prescription because a lot of women wouldn't be able to get an appointment on time. A lot of women.
But a lot of doctors won't prescribe it though because of religious reasons.
But I'm saying even if it was, right? Like there would be no way. There would be too many women trying to buy this and get an appointment. No way possible. Prescription. Hey, the doctor sees you. So when's the last time you had sex? Last night, doctor. Okay. And you don't want to get pregnant? No. Okay. Let me write you a prescription. Ooh. And some of these women use this as a form of regular birth control. And I'm looking at the box right now. It tells you do not use this as a form of regular birth control. There are women who take this stuff and use it like it's birth control. Y'all insides are just being destroyed. I don't even want to know what a lot of these women are going to have by the time, especially these younger girls that are doing all this stuff. I don't want to know. They're in their 20s. What kind of problems they're going to have if they make it to 55, 60 years old? I wonder if we're going to have huge amounts of cancer or some other problem from all these women at that age. Well, I thank you for coming up, but I mean, at this point, your first argument, which you said that a lot of the men don't want to see their children, I still don't see how you have any proof of that. You're just saying what you see at the school sometimes, but that doesn't prove that they don't want to see their children.
I mean, my argument is just that are they really getting them to spend? Okay, so like a lot of times people will be like, oh, there's bitter baby mamas and she's keeping the kid away from him or whatever. But sometimes guys can be bitter and he's just wanting to get the kid, but not really spending any time with the kid. He's just dumping them off at his mom's house. So that, I mean,
but there are women that do that all the time too. I'm just saying, like, how can you can't police the man, but there's women that do that all the time. They don't spend much time with their children. They dump the children off. I know a lot of women who have done that. I'm saying you can't say that, well, he can't see his child because he's just going to dump off the kid. But you dumping off your kids as a woman.
But you can also go to court for that, though. So, like, if the dad is getting the kid and he's never spending time with the kid and just dumping him off and she has proof, she can take him back to court and get it adjusted to where he doesn't have as much time.
What proof would she have?
I mean, it would depend on if Granny don't really want to watch them kids. She'll
okay,
probably,
and here's the thing. I don't think that's true either, because I've heard some of these child cases like in the courtroom from what I used to do for work, and that was an argument that was brought up. I heard before, and the judge would just say you can't police what the parent does on their as long as it's legal. You can't police what they're doing with that child. The other parent can't come and say, oh, well, she takes the child here, she takes the child there. It doesn't really matter.
It would boil down to you have to, I guess, be careful who you got kids with. I mean, I don't know.
Okay. Do you have anything on DDG? How he looks in this whole situation, him getting on here, being upset about not being able to see his son? Do you think she's bitter? Do you think he's the problem? What's your take on it?
I don't think she's bitter because a lot of people didn't even know who he was at first. I mean, I understand he was like on YouTube and all this other stuff, but a lot of people didn't know he was until he started dating her and they had the baby. But I mean, if the baby's sick, I mean, where are you trying to take the kid? And then they're not together anymore. So she doesn't want you just sitting in her house. I mean, that's her right. She doesn't have to let you just sit up in her house all day.
Hold on a second. Moderators, whoever's messing with Said, stop messing with his messages. He's fine. He's a contributor and supporter of this platform. Stop messing with Said. Stop deleting his messages. Okay, go ahead.
So they're not together. So I don't think if she doesn't want him like sitting in her house all day, that's her choice because they're not together anymore.
Okay. Somebody said that's a lie. DDG is a huge content creator. Was DDG a huge content creator before he got with this woman? Was he, I don't know. Was DDG huge before he got with her? Can y'all let me know?
From other blogs and comments and stuff, a lot of people are saying they didn't know he was. But
well,
I think
people in my comment section are saying, yeah, he was already big. People in my comment section are saying he was already big, lady. They're saying you're wrong.
That's what I'm saying. It depends on if you knew him or if you knew her. So, like, a lot of people are, like, fans of her, and they didn't know who he was, but a lot of people are fans of him. And so, of course, they already knew who he was. So I think it just depends on who you knew first.
Okay. Appreciate you, GV. He's friends with Blueface. Well, if he's friends with Blueface and the people earlier were telling me he's not a thug, he would clearly be a thug to me. You friends with Blueface? If you friends with Blueface, Blueface is clearly a thug.
Yeah, like the guy said, mostly women are her fans. So, like, mostly women didn't know who he was.
Oh, okay. Women. Okay. He was known by men. Okay. All right. So you don't think she's bitter?
But
you were saying
she's being bitter. Like both her and the baby are sick.
No. I'm not talking about that. He said that it's been happening like this.
But I see him online lately with the baby all the time.
I'm okay. Listen, lady, I'm telling you what he said. I listened to everything he said. He said it's been going on. This is nothing new. It's been happening like this. That's what he said. So I'm just saying, if it's been happening like this, but you're saying you don't think she's bitter, then what do you think the issue is?
I don't think something adding up. So, I mean, you know how they always, like grandma always say it's three sides to every story, his side, her side, and the truth. I think it's somewhere in the middle lies the truth.
Okay, what do you think about her sister? Do you think her sister's ratchet and ghetto and is affecting the custody? Do you think her sister is affecting the custody?
It's possible. It depends on who's all in her ear. So that
her sister is in her ear. Let me play what she said. Listen.
Hey, good morning, y'all. So what I don't like is when I wake up or when I
go on YouTube first thing in the morning and I see my sister on the blogs, and it's over some dude. Daryl, DDG, like, bro, what's wrong with you? Hallie's not like the ones that you've been with. You will not treat her the way that you've treated these others. I don't give a freak if y'all had issues going on. That's what you won't do. Please understand that. Like, you're not going to do her the way that you did everybody else. You're not going to come to social media and try to put her on blast and insinuate or put out something to make it seem like she was doing something that she wasn't doing. You need to pipe down and get yourself together. If y'all broke up, then you need to just unfollow and just keep it pushing. You don't have to put nothing out there like that about all these girls is the same. Are you dumb? Are you stupid?
Okay, did you hear that?
Yeah. My sister go come hard for me in any situation. So it's just her sister coming hard for her.
I know that, but I'm saying she sounds very I'm not questioning that. I'm saying she sounds very ratchet and ghetto to me. She sounds very ratchet. And if she's talking like that in her sister's ear, somebody said that's old. I know that's not new. I'm not saying that. I'm saying I know it's not brand new, but I'm saying I'm just listening to the way her sister speaks. If you can keep up, Chrissy. Does the sister talk ghetto to you?
So maybe it's the way she's saying it and not necessarily, maybe it's like how she's saying it. So yeah, like in that clip, she sounds ghetto, but maybe she could have said it a little bit better, as to say, like, my sister is not out here in the streets. My sister's a good girl. Don't come at her sideways. Maybe she could have worded it a little better than the way she said it, because it does come off hostile and it does a little ghetto. But I think that if you're going to co-parent, you have to keep other people out of the situation. But she's going to always have people in her ear. But it's going to be them two that have to sit down and discuss and decide what's best for the little baby.
Okay. Well, right now she has shout out to brother Keith. Thank you for the super chat. Yeah, brother, he's still in here. I just checked. He's not on timeout or blocked or anything. I just checked. The brother he's still in here. Well, I mean, if that girl is in here, yeah, exactly. Evan said that was not just a little ghetto. Yeah, I agree. That was more than just a little ghetto. I think that was real ghetto. And especially, you didn't see the video, but she was popping her neck and doing all kind of stuff while she's talking.
I haven't seen that one.
Okay, so
but she could have said it. She could have got her message across a little bit better than that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I'm saying if that she seems bitter to me, and if she's in her sister's ear about this whole situation, what do you think is going to happen?
I think she just expected more from her sister and who she got with. I think that's the problem. So, like,
you heard her say, "You're not going to do my sister like you did all these other women." Well, that means she know that the kind of dude that he was. They both knew it.
Yeah, so she may be disappointed that her sister got with him and then had a baby, and so that's why she's coming off the way she is. Because with her sister being who she is, mild-mannered, I mean, she's a Disney princess, like, she probably expected her sister to get with a really nice guy.
She ain't gonna get with no. Do you not see how she dresses and carries herself? She dresses very provocative. Why would she get with a nice guy?
She is a bit more covered up than her sister is.
Lady, where have you been? I showed the pictures earlier, or maybe you weren't.
No, I went on early. I was
okay,
at work.
Well, here, let me do this for you so you can see. There's one picture right there. That's her.
I've never seen that picture. Okay.
Okay, you've never seen this picture. Okay, but you said you talked about how she dresses. How would you say she dresses?
Well, in this picture, no.
How is she dressed?
That is a bit out there. I mean, you can see everything with this one.
Okay. Well, I went through all her images that I could find, or some of them. So you're telling me like Disney princess, this is how a princess dresses? Huh? Is this how a princess dresses? Why is it crickets?
Well, no, I have. That's why I'm saying I haven't seen these pictures. So no, in the other pictures, the pictures that I have seen, she's covered up more. But I mean, she is. I don't know, but she is a little more soft mannered than her sister is. So I would imagine
that could just be
sister,
an image. You heard old dude say that he's been trying to protect her image.
Okay, well.
So what does that tell you? Because there's pictures of her in her underwear and all kind of stuff. Like there's one here, you can kind of see her.
The hair is long, the titties are...
Listen to that.
The hair is long, the titties are sitting. Who is that? Titties are sitting in both pictures.
Is this before she did Disney or is this recent?
This says it was from 2023, 2 years ago.
So maybe they tried to clean her image up a little bit.
Well, when was the Disney movie?
That was a couple of years ago.
Well, that red dress, I don't think was that long ago.
Oh, wow. I haven't seen a lot of these pictures that you're scrolling through. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure you haven't.
I see what you're talking about.
Yeah, you see what I'm talking about now, right?
Yeah, I see what you're talking about. Yeah.
Okay, so is she Class C to you?
No, that wouldn't be.
But what would you describe her as?
I also feel like it's a difference between people who are like in the limelight and then people that are not. So, I mean, they have like this image, this persona they're trying to, keep up and stay famous and do all of that. But would I dress like that? No.
Okay, what would you describe her as is my question. The way that she dresses and carries herself from these pictures that you've now seen, what would you describe her as? Especially this one. She was really feeling herself. And from the dates I've seen on these pictures with this red are not old.
Okay.
2025. Oh, this was at the Oscars party. She wore this. She wore this to the Oscars party.
Yeah, I would say she's trying to get attention.
So she probably wasn't even with DDG during this time.
No,
Okay, so this is after she broke up with DDG. What's this?
Somebody said looks. They have a stylist, but even if you have a stylist, you can still tell them no.
This is another one right in the middle where it's like see-through. All right, what would you describe her as? Why you can't come up with nothing?
No, because it's like, okay, so she's famous, she's an actress, she's a singer. So they do stuff and they dress certain ways to get the attention and they do certain things to keep themselves in the limelight.
Okay, but before that, okay, so here's the problem that I'm having, because right before that you said she's like a Disney princess. That's what you said about her.
The whole Disney princess, and during that time, she was covered up. She was mild-mannered. They had this whole image thing. They had to keep her as being the Disney princess. But what you're showing now, if she went through a whole phase and they're not together anymore, and it just looks like now she's trying to get attention.
I don't understand what you said about Burner Boy.
That's who the sister
said this is a show for grown and sexy to talk that real talk. Keep it up, Black Guru. I'm out. Appreciate you, brother. Shout out to you. Thank you for the super chat. Salute to you. Thank you for the super chat. Yes, accountability is the kryptonite of a lot of these women, and even to this very, you can hear this woman right here. She's not the woman I'm talking to online right now. She's not ratchet. She's not ghetto, right? She's having a conversation with me, and she still has a hard time saying something about this woman.
I just don't want to put her out there like that.
Matter of fact, I
Because,
don't know
like,
what you are. What's your Instagram?
it's the same. Wait, coffee, fit, slay.
Okay, let me look at you and see what kind of content you have. Is it public?
That one is, yes.
Have I talked to you before?
Yes, we talked before.
Was it a long time ago?
Yeah.
You got a big old chest yourself. You drink a lot of liquor?
Go get the kids.
Huh?
No, not a lot.
You got all these drinks up here. Look like you eat a lot of food. You look like a little bit bigger girl. You just a foodie?
No.
Well, what are you?
They kind of spaced out.
Huh?
Online. Love you.
What are you then?
No, I just like to go and try new places and do new things when I'm off on breaks and stuff. So if you look at the dates and stuff, they're not all together. It's not like a everyday type thing. And I haven't posted in a while.
Well, you ain't got nothing on here of you cooking.
No, I don't too much show.
I just see a bunch of stuff where you going out for burgers and brunch. That go that ratchet music. Never mind. Never mind, folks. I said she wasn't ratchet or ghetto. Never mind. Yes, she is. She playing it. Look, eventually it's gonna come out. She played it off well. You've been playing good. You've been doing good. I just heard the shit you listen to. You ratchet.
Actually, I don't listen to the radio. I hopped in my husband's car to go pick up the kids. I listen to the Apple Music stations, or
you ain't got no proof up here that you got a husband. I done went through all your pictures. Your husband let your titties pop.
But I don't like the radio. They have too many commercials and they talk too much.
Your husband let your titties pop like they do on some of these pictures?
I mean, he goes out with me. If
I'm
going
not
out
talking
by
about
myself,
going out with you.
no.
I'm talking about what you post.
He sees my posts. He has access to all my pages.
And he don't mind you posting with your titties popped out like that? Huh?
No, if he has a problem, he always lets me know. No, I don't have a third baby daddy. I only have one, and he's my husband. All three of my children are his.
But you said night out with friends. How come you didn't? This was last year. How come you didn't put him in there? How come you didn't put him on the picture? You don't got not one picture online with your husband.
I do. I have a separate page that has my family page. And I have pictures of my kids, my husband, and everything. But that page
so
is
y'all do say this is what y'all do, some sneaky shit. Make multiple pages. And one is the family page, and one is the kind of like the whole page or whatever.
No, it's not a whole page. So what I do is I'm an Express ambassador. So sometimes I will post like clothes and stuff I get from Express and things like that when I go out. But he has access to all of my pages. He has access to my cell phone. He has access to everything. Did he get a DNA test? No, he didn't ask for one. If he wants one, he can have one. I have no problem with that. But he was there all 3 times they were born, and he clipped the umbilical cord and everything. Yes, my husband is a biological man.
That don't mean just because the man was there that he the father either.
I've never cheated on him.
Lady, you talking about you Express ambassador. Most of this shit on this page is food.
Her TikTok rainbow community.
Lady, most of the stuff you have on your page is food. I don't see a lot of Express. Anyway, I don't know where she went. She gone. You get her up off of here anyway. Woo! Where is this going? See, a lot of times what I do is I can look at y'all's stuff and see what kind of woman you are and see if y'all telling the truth. Because if y'all gonna come up here and make statements about a woman, another woman, or a situation, then I gotta see if you even telling the truth about yourself. And a lot of times y'all don't be telling the truth about yourself. So why would I believe you when it comes to the statement you're making if you're not even gonna tell the truth about yourself? Huh? Somebody said she's an ambassador for Panda Express, maybe. All right, folks, I got to get up off of here. I've been on here. I got to go and pray and everything, and I got to finish getting my day done. My goodness. Y'all are crazy up in here. Man, I appreciate everybody that joined the stream, donated. I hope y'all enjoyed this live stream today that we did on DDG and Halle. You brothers know what to do. You better learn child support laws, child custody laws. I know it's boring and you don't want to read the shit, but you better read it. It might save you 2 decades of your time and money. 2 decades worth. Have a great night, folks. I plan on being back more tomorrow. Have a great night. Appreciate you for being here and joining. Salute to the chat room. Take care. Until next time.